About 80 followers make their way to Abyssinia. The Quraysh, afraid the Muslims will grow while protected there, make a plea and offer gifts of fine skins to the king, Negus, to hand the Muslims back to them.
Some foolish men and women from Mecca have taken refuge in your kingdom. They've left our religion and invented a new one. They're causing division in Mecca, and we want them to be handed back to us.
The king Negus summons the Muslims to him to quiz them.
I will have them brought to me, and I'll question them myself. If I find them to be innocent and honourable, I shall protect them.
When they were gathered, Negus asked them,
What is the religion you follow? Why has it separated you from your people?
Jafar is the representative in Abyssinia. He resembles Muhammad.
In Mecca, we worship stones and idols until the messenger of God called us to the oneness of God. This is the reason our people have turned against us. We are grateful that we have your protection in Abyssinia. Thank you.
Do you have any revelation from your prophet?
Yes, I recite from the Surah of Mary, and make mention of Mary in the book when she withdrew from her people unto a place toward the east, and secluded herself from them. And we sent unto her our spirit, and it appeared unto her in the likeness of a perfect man. He said, I take refuge from thee in the infinitely good, if any piety thou hast. He said, I am none other than a messenger from thy Lord, that I may bestow on thee a son most pure. She said, How can there be for me a son, when no man hath touched me, nor am I unchaste? He said, Even so shall it be. Thy Lord saith, It is easy for me, that he may make a sign for mankind, and a mercy from us, and it is a thing ordained.
This is from the same source as our religion, it seems. What do you say of Jesus?
Muhammad taught us that Jesus is a slave of God, his Spirit, his messenger and his word, which he cast unto Mary the Blessed Virgin.
The generals around the Muslims shuffle and snort at the answer, but Negus is impressed.
I'm satisfied. You speak well of Jesus and Mary. Go, you are safe in my country. You must return to Mecca without these people. They are protected in my land.
Muhammad remains in Mecca and persecution is stepping up. Abu Jahl is a fierce opponent of Islam and heard from the Quraysh envoys of the protection in Abyssinia. Abu Jahl and his nephew Umar meet with the Quraysh envoys.
Uncle, I can't believe that Muslims are protected in Abyssinia. They make a mockery of all that we believe in, and they divide our families. As long as Muhammad's followers remain in Mecca, we're threatened. Pressure on Muhammad must be increased. He should be killed.
Umar, I've heard your own sister and brother-in-law are now followers of the new religion. Is that true?
You are lying. I'll see that you are.
Umar goes straight to his sister Fatima's house. He bangs on the door and enters. Fatima and her husband, Saeed, have been reading from a manuscript that has verses from the Quran. Umar grabs the manuscript.
Is this nonsense from Muhammad?
Umar, leave that alone. You can't push in here and take our things. We are both followers of the Prophet now. We have heard him and believe him.
Umar pushes Saeed, and Fatima tries to pull him away. He slaps her.
Do what you want with us. We are with the Prophet now.
I'm sorry. Give me that manuscript. Let me see the lies that seduced you.
Wash yourself first, Umar. Take off your weapon, then you may read it.
He washes and removes his sword and belt. He reads the opening of Taha.
I'm impressed with these words, Fatima. They are not what I expected. Perhaps I could talk to the Prophet, Fatima.
Umar has entered Islam.
The next morning, Umar goes to his uncle's house, Abu Jahl.
Umar, what are you here for?
Uncle, I wanted you to know I visited Fatima and I read some verses of the Quran there. Fatima took me to meet Muhammad. After that, I was drawn to him. It is hard to admit this, but I have entered Islam. I am a Muslim now.
You fool! Curses on you, Umar. Get out of my sight. You're a traitor.
He slams the door on Umar. Umar and Hamza, both intimidating, and a large band of followers outside the Kaaba perform prayers. Members of the Quraysh watch from a distance and later have a meeting.
My idea is to draw up a document that would penalise the Muhammad's tribe, the Bani Hashim. It would prevent any marriage between a Quraysh man and a woman of the Hashim. There will be no marriage between a Quraysh woman and a Hashim man. Our merchants will raise the prices on food and the goods to them. We'll cut their supplies. Agreed? Agreed.
About 40 of the tribe agree and sign the document. This document is then placed in the Kaaba for safekeeping. Muhammad and his wife Khadija go to live in the area that Abu Talib lives in. They have his protection and finances while they last. This lasts about 2 years. Meantime, Muhammad talks to visiting tribesmen during the pilgrimage to gain support for Islam. Most do not respond. One group does respond, the Ansar tribe.
People of the Quraysh, I have a revelation about the gods you worship. Your idols, Alat, Al-Uzza, and Manet, are like high-flying birds. Intercession is approved for these, your idols, from Allah and His Prophet.
Muhammad finally has allowed our idols to be worshipped. Praise Allah. It is time to stop the bans on marriage with the followers of Muhammad and the penalties imposed on them in the markets.
The Quraysh see that their families are affected by the bans and vote to tear it up. They address the Bani Hashim. The Quraysh announce the end of the ban, to the relief of the Muslims. The followers in Abyssinia hear of the news and prepare to return to Yathrib. AD 619, in Muhammad's house. Khadija is 65 years old and slipping into her death. Their 4 daughters are there and weeping.
Mama, please, wake up. Don't die, my darling mother.
Gabriel has come for her, and now she has a place in paradise.
No, stay with us here. Please, Mama.
At Abu Talib's bed, he too is passing away.
Uncle, Khadija has just been buried and now you are so ill. This is a terrible time for me and my daughters.
My nephew, I have had a long life. I am ready. I am old and sick. It's time, Muhammad.
You have supported me, Uncle. I am going to feel quite alone without you and Khadija. You have bridged the gulf between myself and the Quraysh.
The Quraysh just want you to leave their religion in peace. Can you promise them that much?
Only if they say, there is no God but God.
They are not going to do that, Muhammad. They have their own gods.
Uncle, you are dying. I want you to enter Islam. Will you say these words? There is no God but God?
I cannot offend the religion of the Quraysh and my religion, Muhammad.
Abbas is also in the room, and as Abu Talib dies, his lips move. Abbas puts his ear to Abu Talib's lips and turns to Muhammad.
He said the words, Muhammad.
No, he didn't. He said the name of his God.